A long time ago, there was a man from the people of Musa, a man unlike any other. He had wealth and gold beyond imagination. But wealth isn't just a blessing, it can also be a great test. A test that makes a person forget their creator, become arrogant, and believe that their success comes only from their own efforts. This was Qarun, proud of his riches, arrogant because of his wealth, but he didn't realize that the fate of the arrogant is often disastrous. It's said that the keys to Qarun's treasures were so heavy that even a group of strong men couldn't carry them. But with great wealth came tyranny and pride. Qarun used to say, I built my fortune myself. It is the result of my knowledge and hard work. He forgot that the God was the one who gave him this wealth. He forgot that God gives and takes away. But Qarun didn't want to hear the truth. Qarun was the richest man on earth from the people of Prophet Musa. He was even Musa's cousin, but his love for money and greed made him oppress his own people. He forgot his noble roots. Qarun worked for a great builder. At that time, he always tried to earn more than what he deserved. One night, his servant came running to him and said, Your father is very sick and wants to see you. Qarun went to his father and found him on his deathbed. His father said, My son, I don't have treasures to leave you, only my flock of sheep. Qarun mocked him, saying, More important than money. Go ahead, tell me. His father replied, Your cousin Musa. Qarun interrupted, Musa, the one who ran away after killing a man? Even if it was by accident, what do you expect me to do for him? His father said, Be a kind brother to him. Support each other, for this world doesn't last forever. Qarun ignored his father's advice and asked, Are you sure you have no treasure hidden somewhere? Only sheep? His father passed away that night. The next day, Qarun slaughtered all the sheep he inherited and placed them in front of Pharaoh's place as a gift to win Pharaoh's favor. When Pharaoh heard about Qarun, he called him and asked, Why did you do this when your father just died? Qarun replied, Pharaoh is more important than parents. Qarun then said, I want to get rid of Egypt's enemies, that one who escaped to the mountains. Pharaoh agreed, and Qarun became trusted in Pharaoh's court. Qarun saw an opportunity. Pharaoh gave him control over the mountains, and Qarun exploited them for wealth. He cut and sold precious stones for himself. Haman, Pharaoh's minister, noticed this corruption and became angry, but Qarun bribed him with gold, and Haman forgot all about the stolen wealth. Qarun wanted more gold. He spread rumors that he had mastered alchemy and could turn sand into gold to devalue gold so people would sell him their gold cheaply. People believed the lie and sold all their gold to Qarun, hoping to turn sand into gold. But only Qarun's treasures filled up. Despite his enormous wealth, Qarun refused to help the poor. He would say, If you believe that God gives wealth, then ask him. My success is due to my intelligence. When people reminded him that he would die and leave his fortune behind, he became furious and expelled them from his palace. At the time, people were talking about Prophet Musa and his miracles. Musa had spoken to God on the mountain. Qarun laughed and said, Collecting gold is more important. Pharaoh called Qarun and said, Your cousin Musa speaks of another God besides me. He performs strange miracles. He puts his hand in his pocket and it shines like the sun. He throws his staff and it turns into a serpent. Qarun mocked Musa and said, I have seen such tricks before. He is nothing but a magician and a liar.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولقد أرسلنا موسى بآياتنا وسلطان مبين إلى فرعون وهامان وقارون فقالوا ساحر كذاب صدق الله العظيم.
Pharaoh gathered 10,000 magicians and promised them great rewards if they could defeat Musa. Qarun was ordered to pay the magicians, but he refused unless Pharaoh gave him fertile land in return. Pharaoh was annoyed but agreed. When the competition began, Musa's staff swallowed all the magicians' tricks. The magicians immediately believed in Musa and fell into prostration. We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun. Pharaoh was furious. He tortured them, cut off their hands and feet, and satisfied them, but they remained faithful to God. Pharaoh then visited Qarun and said, I need you to distract the people. Walk through the city in a grand parade so that people forget about Musa's miracles. Pharaoh wanted the people to admire Qarun's wealth instead of the following Musa. Musa sent people to advise Qarun, be humble and help the poor. God has given you much, but one day He will hold you accountable. Qarun laughed and said, I earned all this by myself. God had nothing to do with it.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن قارون كان من قوم موسى فبغى عليهم وآتيناه من الكنوز ما إن مفاتحه لتنوء بالعصبة أولي القوة إذ قال له قومه لا تفرح إن الله لا يحب الفرحين وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغ الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب المفسدين قال إنما أوتيته على علم عندي أولم يعلم أن الله قد أهلك من قبله من القرون من هو أشد منه قوة وأكثر جمعا ولا يسأل عن ذنوبهم المجرمون صدق الله العظيم.
The next day, Qarun paraded through the city in a golden chariot, dressed in the finest clothes. People admired him and said, he is so lucky. We wish we had what Qarun has. But one wise man reminded them, this is a test. The rewards of God are greater for those who are patient. Pharaoh used the distraction to prepare his army to kill Musa, but God split the sea for Musa, and Pharaoh and his soldiers drowned. When Qarun heard the news, he said, don't disturb me with such things. Let me enjoy my wealth. Qarun tried to ruin Musa's reputation. He hired a woman to falsely accuse Musa of wrongdoing. When the woman stood before Musa, he prayed and she confessed the truth. Qarun bade me to lie. Musa is a prophet of God. Musa prayed to God and the earth swallowed Qarun and his treasures. Qarun screamed, help me, help me, I will give half my wealth. But no one could save him. The people realized their mistake and said, if we had been like Qarun, we would be buried too. Truly, only God gives and takes away wealth.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فخسفنا به وبداره الأرض فما كان له من فئة ينصرونه من دون الله وما كان من المنتصرين وأصبح الذين تمنوا مكانه بالأمس يقولون ويكأن الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء من عباده ويقدر لولا أن من الله علينا لخسف بنا ويكأنه لا يفلح الكافرون صدق الله العظيم.
Don't forget to follow us, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with all our latest content.